morning, children. We have to learn the remaining part of the second lesson of history. Remaining part. Now we have to learn about second Anglo-Maratha War. Last day we studied about first Anglo-Maratha War. Now we have to learn about study about second Anglo-Maratha War. Second Anglo-Maratha War. This second Anglo-Maratha War happened because of the disagreements between Maratha leaders or chieftains. Maratha chieftains or Maratha rulers began to fight one another. Yashwantarao, he was from Holkar family. Yashwantarao was from Holkar family. And Daulat Rao and Peshwa stood together. They began to fight each other. That means Maratha chieftains began to fight one another. There were so many differences among the Maratha chieftains. So during this time, Maratha chieftains began to fight one another. Yashwantarao was from Holkar family. He was a member of Holkar family. And Daulat Rao was from Sindhya family. Daulat Rao and Peshwa made one agreement. So, Maratha leaders began to fight one another. Then, Peshwa was not able to defeat his enemies. Peshwa was not at all able to defeat his powerful enemies. So, during 1802 period, second Anglo-Maratha war started. Wellesley was the Governor General of British people during this time. Lord Wellesley. About Lord Wellesley we have studied earlier. Lord Wellesley considered this as a very good chance or opportunity to defeat the Marathas. Or Lord Wellesley found it as a good chance to make control over Maratha area. Then Lord Wellesley decided to help Peshwa and Daulat Rao. Lord Wellesley. At any cost, Lord Wellesley was ready to help Daulat Rao. Then, Lord Wellesley asked Peshwa to sign in the subsidiary alliance. Last day I told you children, what is the meaning of subsidiary alliance? What is subsidiary alliance and what is the meaning of subsidiary alliance? I had told you last day. Subsidiary alliance. Subsidiary alliance was a new policy which was implemented by Lord Wellesley to make control over all the kingdoms of India. That was the technique of Lord Wellesley. That means, during the days of Lord Wellesley, all the Indian kings were fighting one another. During the time of Lord Wellesley, all the Indian kings were fighting one another. And those kings who were signing in the subsidiary alliance were helped by Lord Wellesley. That was known as the policy of subsidiary alliance. So, Peshwa signed in the subsidiary alliance. Peshwa really signed in the subsidiary alliance. As a result of this one, Lord Wellesley was able to defeat the enemies of Peshwa. and Lord Wellesley made one agreement. Peshwa and Lord Wellesley made one agreement during this time. Or Peshwa and Lord Wellesley made one treaty agreement. Treaty of Basel. According to this treaty, according to the Treaty of Basel, Lord Wellesley agreed that he will not attack the British people. And Peshwa agreed that as long as British people are here, Peshwa will support only British people. That was speciality of Treaty of Basel. According to the Treaty of Basel, Peshwa gave a huge amount of money to British people also. But other Maratha leaders were there. Golkar, Gwalior, Bhonsle. All these Maratha leaders were there during this time. Golkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle. Golkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle became angry with the policies of Peshwa. They asked Peshwa why he signed in this kind of an agreement. He asked these three Maratha leaders asked Peshwa why he signed in this kind of an agreement. So, during 1803 to 1805 period, Second Anglo-Maratha War took place. Kolkata was on one side, Gwalior, Bhonsle and other Maratha leaders were there in one side. In another side, only British people were there. Only British people were there in another side. But Lord Wellesley was very intelligent. Lord Wellesley. And Lord Wellesley had a very good army also. Lord Wellesley defeated the combined army or combined force of Lord Wellesley defeated the combined army or combined force of all the Maratha chieftains or leaders. Wellesley defeated them. Wellesley clearly defeated the Maratha. Wellesley really defeated the Maratha people. But during the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War, Wellesley spent a huge amount of money. Wellesley spent a huge amount of money during the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War. The activities of Lord Wellesley, provided enough financial burden to English East India Company. English East India Company became angry with Wellesley. English East India Company asked Wellesley why he did spend this much money. There was idea of British people. So, English East India Company became angry with Lord Wellesley. So, he resigned the post of Governor General. Lord Wellesley resigned the post of Governor General and he went back to the land of Britain. So, when Wellesley went back to the land of Britain, there was peace in the Maratha area. Maratha leaders or Maratha chieftains began to enjoy peace when Wellesley went back to the land of Britain. So, what is the speciality of Second Anglo-Maratha War? As a result of Second Anglo-Maratha War, the British people gained enough even though they spent more money. The Second Anglo-Maratha War showed Second Anglo-Maratha War clearly showed the disagreement between Maratha rulers. If the Maratha rulers or Maratha chieftains were standing together against British people, Wellesley would have failed during the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War. And Second Anglo-Maratha War showed another thing also. Second Anglo-Maratha War really showed another thing also. The war techniques or weapons of British people were superior to the weapons of Marathas. They understood. The war weapons of British people were superior to the weapons of Maratha people. Because of this superior technique, Wellesley was able to defeat the combined forces of Holkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle. Then, again, another result of Second Anglo-Maratha War was that during the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War, to defeat the Maratha people, Wellesley was forced to spend a huge amount of money. So, English East India Company was angry with Lord Wellesley. So, at last, Lord Wellesley resigned his post of Governor General. He went back to Britain. When Lord Wellesley went back to Britain, there was peace in those areas. There was a presence of peace in the Maratha areas. But that peace was not a permanent one. See, Third Anglo-Maratha War. During the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War, Peshwa signed one agreement with the British people. Or Peshwa made one agreement with the Wellesley. That agreement was known as Treaty of Passing. That was the name of the agreement. Even though Peshwa signed this agreement, what happened? Peshwa was always planning to free himself from the British control. That was the idea of Peshwa. Whatever may be the case, Peshwa was not ready to accept all the policies of the British people. Peshwa tried their level best. To free from British control. Peshwa was waiting for a chance to free himself from British control. So, Peshwa attacked the British residency in Pune. Pune is in Maharashtra state. Pune is in the land of Maharashtra. Peshwa with his army attacked the British residency in Pune and burned. He put fire on the British residency. It was a shock to the British people. Why? Because British people never thought that Peshwa would be against them. British people never thought that Peshwa would be against them. Then what happened? Peshwa destroyed the British residency in Pune. Peshwa destroyed and burned it down. Huge amount of weapons, or a large number of war weapons were destroyed, and some other items in Pune were destroyed by Peshwa. Appa Sahib was a ruler of Nagapur. Maladha Rao Holkar was another Maratha leader. Appa Sahib and Maladha Rao began to conduct fight against the British people. But British people had a powerful army. The war techniques of British people were superior to the war techniques of Marathas. And the war weapons of British people were superior to the war weapons of Marathas. So what happened? Maratha people failed again before the British people. Then Peshwa Bajirao was the Peshwa. Bajirao also conducted. Peshwa Bajirao also conducted a rebellion or war or battle against the British people. But British people expected this war from the side of Peshwa. Britishers expected this kind of a war from the side of British people, from the side of Peshwa. So British people were ready to defeat Peshwa. British people or Britishers were ready to face the attack of Peshwa. Peshwa Bajirao second failed before British people. Then British people became very angry. British people abolished the post of Peshwa. Britishers or British people abolished the post of Peshwa. Then Pratap Singha was a Maratha prisoner. Pratap Singha was appointed as the ruler of Satara. Satara was the land of Maharashtra. And British people gave a small amount of pension to Peshwa. Britishers gave a small amount of pension to Peshwa. So, the Britishers abolished Peshwa post. Britishers really abolished the Peshwa post. And as a result, the third Anglo-Maratha war, the complete Maratha area came under the control of the British people. So, the Anglo-Maratha war ended all ideas or all the ambitions of the British, ambitions of the Marathas. Marathas people, Maratha leaders or Maratha chieftains hoped that they would be able to defeat the British people. But during the time of the third Anglo-Maratha war, Maratha people failed before the British people. Even the post of Peshwa, even the Peshwa post was also abolished by the British people. And a minor person, Pratap Singha, was appointed as the leader of Satara, ruler of Satara. And British people declared that Pratap Singha would be the unquestionable leader of Marathas. Later, they awarded Pratap Singha also. The whole Maratha area came under the control of the British people. So, Third Anglo-Maratha war showed the war techniques of the British people. Once more I will tell you, today children, we have to complete or we have to study the remaining part of the lesson, the extension of the British rule. This is the second lesson of history part of our social studies textbook. Second part. Last day we studied about first Anglo-Maratha war. I already told you what is the meaning of Anglo-Maratha war. I already told you what is the meaning of Anglo-Maratha war. the meaning of Second Anglo-Maratha War? During the time of First Anglo-Maratha War, British people were able to defeat the Marathas. Britishers or British people were able to defeat the Marathas. Then, why or how Second Anglo-Maratha War took place that we have known? Why or how Second Anglo-Maratha War took place that we are ready? Second Anglo-Maratha War took place because of disagreements among the Maratha leaders, Maratha chieftains. Maratha chieftains or Maratha leaders had disagreements among them. One Maratha leader did not like another Maratha leader. One Maratha leader did not like another Maratha leader. There was a problem among the Maratha people. Yeshwantrao Bodkar, he was from Bodkar family. Daulat Rao from Scindia family were fighting. And Peshwa also supported Daulat Rao. Sometimes other Maratha chieftains were attacking Peshwa. So during this time, Peshwa found it very difficult to defeat other Maratha leaders or other Maratha chieftains. Peshwa found it very difficult to defeat whom? Peshwa found it very difficult to defeat other Maratha leaders. So there was only one chance or there was only one option before Peshwa. Only one chance was there or only one option was there before Peshwa. That was taking the help of British people. Peshwa went near Lord Wellesley. Lord Wellesley was the Governor General of India during this particular time. Lord Wellesley. Peshwa spoke a long time with Lord Wellesley. And Lord Wellesley asked Peshwa to sign in the subsidiary alliance. What is the meaning of subsidiary alliance? What was the meaning of subsidiary alliance? I had told you last time. Subsidiary alliance was a technique which was made by Lord Wellesley to attack and conquer all the areas of India. During the days of Lord Wellesley, there was a presence of so many Indian kings. And the Indian kings were fighting one another. Then Lord Wellesley told them to sign in the subsidiary alliance. Those kings who were signing in the subsidiary alliance, those kings who were signing in the subsidiary alliance were helped by the British people. And in return, those kings were giving money to British people. This mutual agreement was known as subsidiary alliance. It was Hyderabad Sultan who signed in the subsidiary alliance for the first time. So Peshwa also signed, Maratha Peshwa also signed in the subsidiary alliance. Because of subsidiary alliance, Lord Wellesley agreed to help weapons to Peshwa. Because of the help of British people, Peshwa was able to defeat other Maratha leaders. The agreement that was made between Peshwa and Lord Wellesley was known as Treaty of Basing. As a result of the Treaty of Basing, an agreement was made between Peshwa and Lord Wellesley. And because of the help of British people, Peshwa was able to defeat other Maratha leaders, but Peshwa was forced to give huge amount of money and land to British people according to the Treaty of Basel. So, according to the Treaty of Basel, Peshwa was forced to give huge amount of money and land to the British people. Then, when Peshwa made an agreement with the British people, other Maratha leaders became very angry. This happened here. When Peshwa made one agreement with, or when Peshwa signed in subsidiary alliance, other Maratha leaders became very angry. When Peshwa signed in the Treaty of Basel, when Peshwa signed in the Treaty of Basel also, Maratha leaders became angry with the Peshwa. They asked Peshwa, why did he sign in this kind of an agreement? They asked Peshwa, why did he sign in this kind of an agreement? Holkar was a Maratha leader. Gwalior was another Maratha leader. Bhonsle was another Maratha leader. They joined together. That means Holkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle had their own disagreements. They did not like one another, but they decided to defeat Lord Wellesley. They conducted their own weapons or arms. Holkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle, with a very powerful army, came in front of Wellesley to defeat him. The second Anglo-Maratha War started from 1803. It ended in the year 1805. In the second Anglo-Maratha War also, Lord Wellesley was able to defeat the British people, able to defeat the Marathas, because of two reasons. The war techniques of Lord Wellesley was superior to the war techniques of Marathas, and Lord Wellesley had very powerful weapons. Weapon means ayuda. Lord Wellesley had very powerful weapons. With such a war technique and with such a very good weapons, Lord Wellesley defeated the Marathas. But one problem was there. The main problem was that Lord Wellesley worked hard or tried hard to defeat the Maratha chieftains. All the Maratha leaders or chieftains joined together against Wellesley. So it was very difficult for Wellesley to defeat the Maratha leaders. So, second Anglo-Maratha War brought huge financial burden or huge financial problem to the English East India Company. So, there happened a disagreement between Lord Wellesley and English East India Company. When the disagreement was more, Lord Wellesley resigned his post as Governor General. After resigning his post as Governor General, Lord Wellesley went back to Britain. When Wellesley went back to Britain, what happened? When Wellesley went back to Britain, there was peace or shanti in the Maratha area or in the Maharashtra area. Then, after second Anglo-Maratha War, third Anglo-Maratha War also happened. What was the main reason behind third Anglo-Maratha War that we have seen? What was the main reason or what was the major reason behind third Anglo-Maratha War? What What happened? Peshwa, even though Peshwa had signed in the subsidiary alliance, Peshwa was waiting for a chance to defeat the British people. Peshwa was waiting for a chance to defeat the British people. Why? Because British people were exploiting the money and land of Peshwa. So, during this time, Peshwa attacked the British residency in Pune. Pune is in the land of Maharashtra, Gandhinagar. Peshwa attacked the residency of the British people in Pune. And he put fire on that building. Then, British people became very angry over Peshwa. Then, Appa Sahib was another important leader of Marathas. Appa Sahib. Appa Sahib was the ruler of Nagpur area of Maharashtra area. And Malhar Rao Bodkar was another Maratha leader. They also fought against the British people. Appa Sahib and Malhar Rao Bodkar fought against the British people. They conducted rebellion against the British people. They conducted rebellion against the British people. But British people had very good weapons. They were very powerful. British people had very powerful weapons of their own. With their powerful weapons, British people defeated Appa Sahib of Nagpur area. And British people defeated Malhar Rao Bodkar of Maharashtra area. These two leaders were the powerful leaders of Marathas. Two of them failed before British people. During this time, Peshwa Bajirao also came to attack the British people with a very powerful army. But British people expected this attack from Peshwa. British people or Britishers expected this kind of an attack from Peshwa. With a very powerful war weapons and with the advanced war technique, British people defeated Peshwa also. So, all the Maratha people, including Appa Sahib, Malhar Rao, Peshwa also failed before the British people. So, during this particular time, British people abolished the post of Peshwa. During those days, Peshwa Bajirao II was the ruler of Marathas or Maharashtra area. The post of Bajirao II was abolished by the British people. British people told that there is no need of the post known as Peshwa. Peshwa post was abolished by the British people. And they gave a pension or they gave a small amount of money to Peshwa as pension. That was not at all enough for the Peshwa to lead a happy life. And Pratap Singha was a minor. They appointed Pratap Singha as the ruler of Satara. Satara is a small area in Maharashtra. They appointed Pratap Singha as the ruler of Satara area. They appointed him as the ruler. Then what happened? Then we have seen. And Pratap Singha was not at all an able ruler. Pratap Singha was not able to rule over Maharashtra area. But British people clearly declared that in future Pratap Singha would be the whole leader of Marathas. Then what happened? In future, Maratha, full Maratha area fell under the control of the British people. So what is the meaning of this one? During the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War and Third Anglo-Maratha War, what did we see? During the time of Second Anglo-Maratha War and during the time of Third Anglo-Maratha War, one thing we can notice as common. What is that one Bible? Second Anglo-Maratha War and Third Anglo-Maratha War showed clearly the disagreement among the Maratha leaders. They had no unity while they were fighting against the British people. If they had unity, they would have defeated whom? British people. And the war techniques of British people were superior to the war techniques of Marathas. Marathas' war techniques were very inferior to that of Britishers. Then, the war weapons of Maratha people had no quality of its own. But on the other hand, British people had well-equipped war weapons. British people had very good war weapons. That was the reason. Then, at the end of Third Anglo-Maratha War, British people were able to consolidate all the Maratha area to the British kingdom. Children, I think you are able to follow today's lesson. You read this one, children, in your book, in your textbook. If you do have doubts, you ask.